welcome to Wales, best of the West. And as part of this series, between me, Ollie and Lloyd, we're going to take you to a couple of places across Wales. So tune in and see what the secrets are of the Welsh coast. After some awesome diving during the day and night at Porth Ysgaden, we've headed east along the Llŷn Peninsula to the small fishing village of Porthdinllaen. Porthdinllaen is also somewhere that I grew up, where I spent much of my childhood snorkelling the many bays which are found around the headland. But we're here for one main reason. Hidden below the waves in front of the village itself and the iconic Tir Corchen is one of the most important habitats found along the Welsh coast, which are the seagrass meadows. The one here in Porthdinllaen is one of the largest and densest found off the Welsh coast. Seagrass meadows are important habitats as they are home to a diverse range of species and provide a variety of ecosystem services, from coastal protection, producing oxygen, and carbon sequestration. So we're going to dive here in the day and also when the sun sets later on this evening to see what other species we can find at night. So we're going to kit up and enter the water, and it's not a very deep sight, especially as a shore dive. It's getting up to 4 meters, 5 meters, so it should be really good, and look forward to showing you why seagrass habitats are really important habitats. Today we're at the Seagrass in Porthdinllaen, which is one of the largest meadows in Wales. Diving the seagrass is unlike any of the UK habitat. It feels almost like it takes you away to a different tropical country, with the contrasting green and the blue on a day like today where it's really clear. It's one of the most important habitats in the Welsh coast. It provides a lot of different ecosystem services, from carbon sequestration to nursery areas for important fish species such as plaice, dab and cod, and hopefully we can find a few of those species here in the meadow this afternoon and also this evening when we get in here at night. As you can see here, the seeds of the seagrass grow similar to that of a plant on land. They have these large reproductive shoots that are much taller and vary in colour, and each one within that are loads of little seeds. So in the UK we have 2 seagrass species, which is the Zostera marina, which is what this species here is, and Zostera nortea, which is the dwarf seagrass, which grows in other places around Wales, such as the inland sea. And as you can see, there are reproductive shoots throughout this bed, which is a good sign. And as part of Swansea's Sky Ocean Rescue project, they're collecting these seeds to then do a restoration project down in Pembrokeshire, in Dale, where they will take the seeds, germinate them in the lab, and then take them out in the field, and in the long term hopefully restore one of the beds down in South Wales, which has been a great project and really exciting one too, and the first one of its kind in Wales. Looking forward to see the results of this in the upcoming years. Also, amongst the seagrass we have here is the invasive seaweed, Sargassum, which is quite a prolific invasive species, but currently there's not doing any impact on the seagrass here. However, it is being monitored for any potential impact. And as you can see here, the seeds are on these reproductive shoots. And as flowering plants, they also flower. And during the summer months, these can go very high, up to 1 metre sometimes, which is great to see because it shows that the bed is healthy and a reproductive state. Let's go see what species we can find amongst the seagrass. Because of its density, it makes it pretty hard to find some of these camouflage species. There's a range of things that we tend to find. Quite often you get the greater pipefish and the snake pipefish, which is quite a large one. And again, like Porth Ysgaden, there's a good number of sticklebacks that you can find hiding amongst the seagrass. And occasionally you can see them going around with nesting material. Here's a 15 spine stickleback, which is just seeking through the seagrass. You can see they're well camouflaged with that green coloration. Quite often you see a range of snake-locks anemones attached to the blades of seagrass, some which are an orange in colour, but some of them you can see that have purple tips, which similar to coral reefs have a symbiotic algae in there, and that's what creates this colour, and they help to create energy for the anemone. One of the more common species that you get amongst this seagrass are the two-spot gobies. They often sit above the seagrass. And as soon as they're disturbed, they go straight in to hide. Finding species within the day is quite tricky in the seagrass, so by diving out at night, we hope that some of them decide to come out a bit more and actively hunt. So we'll see how that goes later on this evening. As we go into sunset like it is now, we hope that things start to appear and we get out and get ready for this evening's dive to show more of what hides beneath the seagrass at night.
After waiting for the sun to set, we prepared the cameras to explore the seagrass at night. Diving the seagrass at night is always exciting, as you never know what you'll find amongst the seagrass blades. However, we aren't doing it the normal way. We're going to be using fluoro, which is an ultraviolet light, which provides a new view of the underwater world.
So we have a few sunspelt that are just hidden away amongst the seagrass. Plaice, a number of flatfish species that we get off the Welsh coast, and are distinct by their bright orange spots along their dorsal side. It's one of the best looking fish. You can see how well they camouflage into the sand, with a few flicks of their fins they're under. We have two floaters that sat here together, just at the shallows at 1 metre. Quite a few floaters are swimming around, from a range of sizes from adults to juveniles. So here we have a little bobtail squid. Always great to see these little guys. The little bobtail squid get attracted to the plankton that come to the light. When they want to hide, they'll quickly bury themselves in the sand, and they're pretty good at doing the job. Oh, there's a nice sea scorpion and a top ambush predator that I found amongst the reef. The sea scorpion is waiting patiently for its next meal. It's already strike for a few fish here. It's also tempted to get the bobtail squid. So we come to the seagrass. We're going to try doing fluoro and see what will reflect the light and do different bioluminescence with the different epiphytes that grow on it. They do an ultraviolet colour, which is really cool. Let's see what other species we can see that'll do the same effect. The UV light really does a good work on the snake-looks anemone. Really brights it up into a neon green colour. It's amazing to see what difference it is. It's glowing. So cool. It's really cool. So it's cool to see what the difference the fluoro makes. Other species such as corals will do the same, but unfortunately we don't have them at this site. Finally! We managed to get this cat shark. Swim straight past us. On the hunt through the seagrass. Let's see, you can see where she goes. Nope, she's just resting. Let's see if we can find another shark. Well, I didn't think we'd be this lucky. There's another type of shark that we get off the Welsh coast, which is the bullhead. And it's the larger cousin of the cat shark that we found earlier. It's really exciting that there are both species found here. Let's see what happens when we try and put the fluoro light on this. No, in the other cases, the other shark species do glow. And cat sharks are definitely one of those species that do show a glow to ultraviolet light. So here's a species we don't see very often up here in North Wales. It's a red mullet. It's great to see them, but they're a species that are often found more on the southern coast. And over the years there's been more and more sightings of them up north. But let's see what happens when we light it up with the UV light. Well, we didn't expect that, but look at the colour change. As you put the UV light on, it shows us it's reacting with that UV light. It's great to find another species that does this. Along with the spectacular show from the anemone.
So it's now 2 AM in the morning. We weren't expecting to be underwater for that long. We did a 2.5 hour dive, but there was just so much to see when you were just swimming through the seagrass that you just didn't see in the day. Quite an abundance actually this evening with the long spine sea scorpions, and they were really on the hunt. They were really trying to go for the fish, and even one of them was taking a bit of a fancy to the bobtail squid. When we turned off the lights and put the UV on, it really changed the whole atmosphere of what it was like diving at night. And one thing we really didn't expect was the seagrass to actually turn bright red, which was really amazing, and again completely different to what we thought it was going to be. The species like the snake-looks anemones were really glowing quite intensively, but we were quite surprised that the lesser spotted cat shark didn't glow, because we kind of expected it to glow green. So we might try that again in a different site. It might be individual based, or it might be at different sizes, so that'd be something we'd be really keen to see. We also weren't expecting to see a red mullet. That's one species that does glow quite vividly, so you're changing from this red coloration into a neon green as soon as that UV light hits it. Diving the seagrass is amazing, and it's not like any of the habitat we do have off the Welsh coast. We'll look forward to sharing more of the wonders that are found below the waters off the Welsh coast. We've been really fortunate, but we never know. Every time we get in the water there's something different that could be seen or could be found, so we were really fortunate to have this diverse range of species and habitats off the Welsh coast. In the next episode, we were heading down to South Wales to dive the deepest shore dive in Wales, which is Martin's Haven, part of the Scoma Marine Nature Reserve in Pembrokeshire. Join us in discovering more about this diverse site and why it's home to so many unique species and habitats.